This is Caesar, Book 4, Chapter 30. And a little bit of background here. Caesar goes into the plan that the British chiefs have devised to sort of escape having to give them hostages and escape being under the rule of the Roman Empire and kind of extend their battle with them just a little further. This is a Canados 120 Caesar yacht. It's important to remember this as we dig into the text. It's pretty significant and it's relevant to what's going on here. So, so we have with these things having been known, the chiefs of British tribes who, after the battle between Britain and the Romans, who after the battle had convened to Caesar, and then we have having spoken amongst themselves. And I should say before we go any further that there's kind of one big idea that's leading up to their little mini plan to kind of try to escape being under the Roman rule. So a lot of the text is leading up to this one idea, so it'll sound a little funky, but just try to stay with it and keep that in your head, and it'll probably help it make a little more sense. So we have when they were perceiving that the cavalry and the ships and the grain were lacking for the Romans. And then this goes back to the come clause, so you could say, and when they learned that the few soldiers from the shortness of the camp, which, and then which, this is going to the camp, which was even smaller or like more compressed than this, because, so the reason why it was more compressed, because Caesar had carried across the legions without baggage. So we have here, they thought that, and then this is kind of one idea, and you could say, it says in the book that it would be best translated as that the best thing to do. So they thought that the best thing to do, and then we have an abab here. So they thought that the best thing to do if they were to rebel, um, so the best thing to do would be to prohibit our men from grain and provisions, and to prolong this thing into winter. And then we have because they were feeling confident, or because they were confident that if they were conquered or cut off from a return, no one afterwards would cross over into Britain. Sorry about that. I'm just really popular. No one afterwards would cross over into Britain for the purpose of causing another war, or just causing a war. And this here is a gerundive, and it goes with that causa, for the purpose of causing war. And then this is a FPP, and this would be a PPP. So this is what I was talking about before, where everything leading up to this was kind of their plan and what they were thinking about and noticing. And then this is what they're actually carrying out here. So we have, and so, then the book has us translate this as having renewed by oaths their mutual loyalty, they began to they began to depart from the camp by degrees, and they began to secretly lead down their people from the country parts. So that is Caesar, Book 4, Chapter 30. Hope you enjoy it and tune in next time. Bye, Mike Style.